Good morning students. In previous class we learnt about intergenic somatic hybridization and interspecific somatic hybridization. Already we have seen the examples of the interspecific and somatic hybridization. Then intergenic somatic hybridization also we have seen in previous class. So what are the examples in interspecific somatic hybridization? In that Brassica oleracea and Brassica campestris, Nicotiana tabacum and Nicotiana glutinosa. Between these two, whenever the crosses occurred, whatever we are getting, that is example for the interspecific somatic hybridization or somatic hybrid. So why we are calling as a interspecific or intergenic? So let us see. Already we learned what we have learned. Saccharum avicennarum and Saccharum barberi also we have learned. See here, the genus is the same. Here only the species is the difference here. Here also genus, these two plants genus is the same, but the species is the different. Here oleracea is there, here campestris is there, and here tobacum is there, here glutinosa is there. So in previous class what example we have learned? That is the Saccharum avicennarum, Saccharum barberi plus Saccharum avicennarum. These two we learned. Here Saccharum, these two genus is the same, but what is difference? Saccharum barberi and avicennarum, these two are different. That is the reason why we are calling as a interspecific. Especially species is showing some difference. Next intergenic. Intergenic means pomato we have learnt. What we have learnt? Pomato. Then here ravage, Brassica oleracea. Okay, ravage means Brassica oleracea and Raphanus sativus. Raphanus sativum, Brassica oleracea. See here genus, this is a species, this is a genus and this is species. Here in this example we don't find the species the same and even we don't find the genus the same. Okay, so both are different, so that we are calling as a intergenic somatic hybrid. So from the Raphanus sativus, if you see, that is 2n equal to 2x equal to 18. Then Raphanobrassica also 2n equal to 2x equal to 18. Okay. During the time of the meiosis, what happens? Chromosome number reduced to half, so that n equal to x equal to 9. Here also n equal to x equal to 9. So now when a cross is taken place, 2n equal to 2x equal to 18. But we have learnt regarding the colchicine treatment. What is colchicine? Colchicine is a chemical which makes the ploidy double. So it creates the polyploidy. Due to that, here 2x will become into double, no, 4x, then 18, 36. So x equal to 36 by 4, x equal to 9. This is the monoploidy of this hybrid, somatic hybrid. And what we are getting here, 2n equal to 2x equal to 18, no? This one we are calling as a Raphanobrassica. What we are calling? Raphanobrassica. So this is only we are calling as a ravage. Ravage means it is a quite opposite to the cabbage. You might have known about cabbage. So it is a ravage. Ravage, Raphanus sativum. When we cross with Raphanus sativum and Brassica oleracea, we will get ravage. That is only we are calling as a Raphanobrassica. Next one, see pomato and bomato. Here also, what is a pomato? Potato cross with tomato. See in this the suffix po is there, then this is a prefix, then the suffix if you take mato, this two together, when it is crossed, we are getting pomato. So, what purpose the cross is taken place? Because potato, it is somewhat solid, stronger than the tomato. Okay, it bruise, it spoils very fast, the tomato, as it is compared to the potato. That is the reason why they want to incorporate the character of the solidness or else strongness of this potato into the tomato. But commercially this is a fail, it has become into the failure process. So, in order to get more commercialization or for a longer days or more months to protect or else to reserve purpose, they have introduced the pomato. Okay. Even bomato also like that only. What is bomato here? In the bomato, it is a cross between brinjal and tomato. It is a cross with brinjal and tomato. Due to that, what did we get? That is a bomato. Here also same prefix and suffix, if you take, both are crossed and we got the bomato. Whatever it may be, these examples are very important. So, first you need to learn or understand the meaning. Interspecific means the species will be the difference, genus will be the same. Then intergenic means both species and genus of the two hybrids will be the different. Okay. And you need to remember about the colchicine. As we learnt from the previous class, what is colchicine? Colchicine is a chemical alkaloid. It obtained from Colchicum autumnale, belongs to Liliaceae family. Okay. Then here little amount of the colchicine, induces polyploidy. Okay. Then more amount of the colchicine is a toxic to the organism. But here such type of the plants, what happens? They have a anti-colchicine chemicals are present in this plant, so that if the colchicine released also must not affect on this type of the plants. So, this is very important. What is the role of the colchicine is very important. It increases the ploidy or it doubles the ploidy. Diploid is there means then tetraploid we got. Okay. Then after, of course, due to the division you got that monoploid. Usually here the question will be asked, what is the monoploidy number when we cross between the Raphanus sativum and Brassica oleracea, or what is the diploid number, what is the tetraploidy number, chromosome number. Most probably they frame the questions based on the chromosome number. What is haploid, what is diploid, what is monoploid, tetraploid or hexaploid, like that. See, monoploid means X, tetraploid means 4x, diploid means 2x. Ploidy, whenever ploidy they are asking means you have to think about the X. Okay. This X related to the ploidy, X is related to ploidy. Okay. Then haploid, diploid, then triploid. Haploid, diploid, triploid means you have to think about N, 2N and 3N. Monoploidy means X, haploid means N. Okay. Then diploid means 2N, triploid means 3N. Okay. Tetraploidy, hexaploidy, that is 4x, 6x, like that. Triticale, in yesterday we have learnt, previous class we have learnt about the triticale. There we learnt regarding the hexaploidy. Here we are learning about the tetraploid. Okay. So, this is the difference between the triticale and Raphanobrassica. What is triticale? Sickle cereal and Triticum aestivum. When it is crossed, we got a triticale. So what we have learnt, disease resistance we learnt in previous classes, disease resistant we learnt, and mutational resistant we learnt, and insects resistance we learnt. Usually disease resistant, what happens? Disease will be obtained due to the attack of the microorganisms like bacteria, virus and fungi or etc. So in order to protect the plant or the crops, we are using the disease resistance plants. Okay. Then Colletotrichum falcatum, this is a fungi which cause the disease in the sugarcane, that is a red rot of the sugarcane. Then Xanthomonas citri in the citrus. Okay. Like that, Puccinia in wheat, then in the maize, or else if you take the albugo, okay, white rust, where in mustard. So like that, different type of the fungi and different type of the bacteria. For example, if you take tobacco mosaic virus or yellow mosaic virus, this causes disease. These diseases are caused by the virus in chili or in some other plants. So whatever it may be, finally now what we have learned, whatever the crop improvements have been taken so far, in that crop improvements we have introduced new varieties in order to protect the crop based on the attack of different type of the insects or else virus or else bacteria or else fungi. Next, insects if you take morphological, physiological and chemical. Morphological, physiological and chemical, in three ways they are showing resistance. How? In wheat if you see hairy leaves we have seen, the leaf consisting of some hair like modifications. Due to that, insect may not come. If the insect come, that will be trapped. So then the insect may not function properly. So that such type of the morphological modifications we can see in the plants. If you see, then aspartic acid concentration is very high, sugar concentration and nitrogen concentration is very less in maize. What is that? Sorry, in wheat. So due to that, what happens? Chemical concentration and increases and decreases. It prevents the attack of different insects like stem borer or else flower borer, like that. Next, if you see some of them, what are those? Mutational breeding if you take. In the mutational breeding, what happens? What is a mutation? A spontaneous or sudden change come across in the organism is called as a mutation. That may be the somatic or germinal. In the somatic, what happens in the body cells or body chromosomes will be nitrogen based sequence will be change taken places, whereas the germinal means in the sex chromosomes base sequence will be changes taken place. In this process, what happens? There are two types of the mutations are there, physical and what are those? Chemical. Physical means due to the alpha, beta, gamma races, the base sequence will be changed, that is about the physical. Then whereas the chemical, nitrosomonas, MMS, methyl, methane and sulfonate, like that there are some chemicals are there which alter the base sequence of the chromosome, then that leads to the mutation. So this is about the mutational breeding, and we have seen the resistance toward the insects, and even we have seen the resistance towards the microorganisms. So some of the crops are there, these are green manure crops or green crops. Okay, what is the role of these crops? If you see, the nitrogen content in the soil increases. Nitrogen content in the soil increases. Next, here these are the soil bounders. Soil bounders means they prevent soil erosion. They prevent soil erosion. Due to the heavy wind blowing or else during the time of the floods, whenever more water or more wind is there, what happens? On the surface of the soil, surface of the earth, there is a superficial peripheral layer is present, which is very fertile for the growth of a crop or the plant. So that layer will be vanished, will be disappeared due to the heavy wind or else water through the floods. So some type of the plants, whenever we sow in the soil, after their growth and development, they stops, they prevents the loss of the fertile soil. Okay. So, what are those plants? Let us see now. And not only increasing of the nitrogen, not only prevention of the soil erosion, even they reduces the alkaline concentration, prevents alkaline concentration. What is alkaline and what is acidic concentration? Usually how much amount of the acidic nature is needed for the soil, that is enough for the growth and development of the plant. More than that, or if it is exceeded or it is decreased, what happens? It retards the growth of a plant. Even alkalinity also like that only. If the base or acid, whatever it might be, there are some levels based on the soil, based on the soil's climatic zones. In that particular zone, they usually have some measures. Based on that measures, the plant will be grown. If it is increases or decreases, also it affects on the growth of a plant. Next, let us see what are the plants which are involving in protection of the prevention of soil erosion, or which are decreasing the alkaline concentration, which are enriching the nitrogen element in the soil. Let us see. Usually we know that Fabaceae or Leguminaceae family members, in that root nodule Rhizobium bacteria lives, it fixes the atmospheric nitrogen. Okay. Why? Because these plants unable to take molecular nitrogen from the atmosphere as directly, so that Rhizobium bacteria involves, it makes a simple form of a nitrogen from the molecular nitrogen. So, in that way they can able to take the simple forms of the nitrogen, they can use for its metabolic action, due to that it can able to grow. Okay. We know that in previous classes we have learnt regarding, okay, the first plant, that is Crotalaria. Crotalaria gentiana, okay, sun hemp, usually we call as the sun hemp. Then Sesbania, next Trifolium, next Dolichos biflorus, next lentil, okay, etc. So, many of the plants or the trees we can able to see, but some of the important plants examples I have given under the green manure crops. It is very, very important what are the crops comes under the green manure, why we are considering them as green manure crops. Why? Because nitrogen enrichment takes place due to the growth of such type of the plants and prevents soil erosion. Okay, soil bounders, they act like a soil bounders. Next, alkaline concentration levels will be maintained due to the growth of such type of the plants. Crotalaria gentiana, sun hemp. Okay, then Trifolium, Sesbania, Dolichos biflorus. This Dolichos biflorus, even in the kidney disease time also they use Dolichos biflorus. It is also called as a horse grain, horse pulse. Next one is lentils. Okay, these are also some of the grains which we get pulses from the lentil and the Dolichos. Usually in +1 we have learnt regarding them during the time of the economical importance of the Fabaceae family or Leguminaceae family, we have learnt. This is about the green manure crop. Then some of the plants, let us see which produces the petrol or energy. Petroleum crops. Okay, what is that? Petroleum crops. In the petroleum crops, mainly if you see Euphorbiaceae family. Okay. Next, Asteraceae. Next, Asclepiadaceae. Okay. Next, Apocynaceae. Apocynaceae, etc. These plants we are using for the production of energy, especially petroleum. See, U for BAC in this Jatropha. Next, Hevea braziliensis. Okay. So, what purpose we are cultivating such type of the plants? In order to reduce the use of this organic chemical compounds like petrol and diesel. Okay, naturally from the plant extractions nowadays different countries and different zones of the India also they are producing. Okay. So, due to that what we are getting natural petrol or natural biochemical carbons we can able to use. Due to usage of this one, environmental pollution, air pollution will be reduced. Next, energy crops. Okay, what are those energy crops? In this energy crops, if you see, for example, first sugar beet, tapioca, potato, maize, molasses of sugarcane, molasses of sugarcane. This, from this what we are extracting, we are getting ethanol and methanol. Ethanol and methanol we are getting. Okay. So, alternative sources which we are nowadays producing petrol or diesel, from these plants we can able to produce and we can run the motor vehicles. Next, sugarcane. Sugarcane, if you see in Brazil country, if you see from the sugarcane, okay, they are producing gasoline. What they are producing? They are producing gasoline. This gasoline are this blend with alcohol. Okay, some percentage they blend with alcohol. Then due to that, the carbon monoxide, like that, whatever we are getting, carbons which effects on the environment, that will be reduced due to the usage of this sugarcane products. So, what do we get? Molasses, like that we get no methanol, alcohol, molasses, like that we will get no, from that they prepared this gasoline. Next, maize. Maize, from the maize in United States of America 10 to 15% of gasohol. Okay, what is this? This is gasohol. Here it blends with petrol with alcohol. So, almost 10 to 15% of the gasohol have been using by the United States of America. So, whatever it may be, with this what we are learning, in future we can expect the alternative source for the petrol and diesel from the plant products. Whatever the extractions we are getting from the plant, then these are the alternative, these are replacement, substitution for the petrol and diesel. So, what we have learned? Petroleum, energy. Before this topic, green manure crops we have learnt. Okay. So, this is from this chapter we will get maximum 1 mark in the NEET examination. It is a short chapter and you need to remember what are the different type of the diseases and through which mode means what is the different type of the organism, that may be the insect, microorganism. Then what are the new varieties introduced by the plant breeders, especially you need to concentrate here on the green revolution, the area, then how many millions and billions tons produced, years you have to concentrate on the years also, and new varieties related to the Pusa Gaurav, Pusa Sem 2, Sem 3 or Pusa Komal, okay, Sadbahara. So, these all we learn, no, these all things you have to concentrate more. Okay. Remaining we will see in my next class.